Sorry, this is all getting edited, right? So.
That's okay.
I have very high level knowledge of it. It's obviously my core, right? So being an Asian female, it's something that's very important to me, and just representation.
Happy Women's History Month, Mainstreet Nation. I am here with Michelle Shang, and I'm so excited to dive into this conversation today on our second episode of Representation Matters. So are there any specific challenges or barriers that you have faced as a woman?
I think we're very lucky in that real estate is very female dominated, right? Females tend to be more successful in this business. I actually had a male agent overhear me say that to another agent, but he's like, all good. My grandma always said men were idiots. So I'm like, okay, good. But, right, I think it's very lucky that it is a very female-centric, it's empowering for women. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what's so great about it is that you have a lot of space to become whatever you want. And it's really, especially because of the industry, it's if you are willing to work hard, you can be a huge team. You can be whatever you want to be. But it's just whether or not you're willing to put in the work.
Mm-hmm. But what does diversity, equity, inclusion mean to you?
Oh, well, that's everything to me, right? That was a huge reason why I joined my organization was that I appreciated that they recognize how important that is. I don't see a lot of minority females as leadership in other brokerages, but I did already see a lot of strong female leaders within the organization.
I did also kind of want to talk a little bit more about your background because Kate told me that you're a second generation realtor. Yep. I also grew up as a realtor kid, so my mom's a realtor within the industry.
Nice.
So I definitely wanted to ask you about your experience as far as seeing your mom as a realtor growing up.
Yeah, that's a huge component to it, right? She started her own brokerage, a franchise, when I was in junior high. So I watched her kind of grow the business, open up the brokerage, build the office. And it's inspiring, right, to see a working mother that's creating something out of nothing. Mm-hmm. And then she was very involved at Mainstreet as well. That's kind of why I got involved as well, just, seeing all of that. She was a board member. She started the global committee and commercial committees with Marjorie. So yeah, it's obviously a huge influence to have that as my kind of upbringing.
That's really cool. She was such a champion. That's really awesome.
She was, right? What's fascinating too is that she's very insecure, right? Being a first generation, she's not comfortable with her language, right? She doesn't feel like she has mastered the English language, but she's just fearless, just went for it and just did it and see what happens.
That's amazing. So I guess in a sense, because you said she's a first generation, so in a sense, did she try to create more spaces so that for other people to feel like a safe space within the industry as well?
So I think that's the interesting thing as a first generation immigrant as well. So she had first come to Chicago. She wasn't thinking that much about it, right? It was just more survival. Like, how do I provide? How do I have an income? Right, pursuing the American dream. So honestly, I'm actually pretty positive she didn't have that bigger picture of wanting to create a space for other people. It was just more provide and get through day by day.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
So were there any similarities or differences that you noticed from when you saw your mom as a realtor growing up versus now, whether that's like in like racial disparities or gender disparities?
Yeah, I mean, I think even though I feel like we've come a long way, we still kind of haven't. Mm-hmm. There are still similar issues that everyone is still facing. And so, unfortunately, I don't feel like it has changed too much. But, right, that's just up to us to do what we can to make those changes for the next generation and just spread education and awareness and just instill kindness, right? Mm-hmm. Just be nice to people.
Yeah, no, that's definitely super important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With your leadership experience, are there people who influenced you? Because you did mention about, representation and like representing Asian Americans or Asian American women. So are there people who influenced you to be in your positions now?
Yeah, so I mean, right back to the beginning, my mom, right? Mm-hmm. she was so involved at Mainstreet. She was probably the only Asian American involved. It's just hard to get the community involved, and it's just a lot of it is tapping someone on the shoulder and letting them know that they have the ability to do this. So yeah, back to my mom. She was the pioneer for me. Also ARIA, the Asian Real Estate Association of America, she was the first treasurer. Nancy Subramani was the one that founded the chapter, so she was the treasurer for her. So that's, another pioneer, right, moment that she was part of that first chapter. And Chicago's actually the first chapter for ARIA across the country. Wow. Yeah, across the world now. Mm-hmm. So, my mom. Just, right, lead by example. She's what I saw, and she was able to do it, and, I can do it too.
That's amazing. Yeah. I definitely relate to that, just because growing up, my mom was typically the only... Well, I'm also from Ohio, so my mom was also the only person of color, or the only women of color, most majority of the time. So moving here has just been really cool, seeing more cultures and more multicultural organizations here that are uplifting different communities and marginalized communities. So I really love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so proud of Mainstreet for our initiative, the D&I Council Committee, and just really embracing it, right? And it's just, I see it happening already at different events. There's just so much more diversity. At the Leadership Academy I went in, and it was just so great to see so many different, ethnicities. And whereas before, when I first started, it was, not there. Mm-hmm. Going to trainings, I would be the only Asian American in the whole room of 500 people. Mm-hmm. So it's very exciting to see that happening, and I love Mainstreet that we're doing it. We're empowering people. And then Mabel Guzman, she is not leadership, but she is one of our agents that is such a huge component to the political atmosphere in NAREP. She's just a powerhouse on her own. And I love that we're embracing that, right? That we're empowering everyone to get involved and to help make changes and have a voice in the industry. And then just as on a national level, our holding company, our corporate headquarters anywhere has a women's initiative of what moves her. Mm-hmm. So it really is our CEO, Sue Yannicone, has created this to empower women with podcasts and just a whole movement to nominate each other, someone that they feel like has really done something or changed or just even grown themselves. And I really love all those values within the brokerage. So, it just makes me happy to be there.
That's awesome.
Such a strong female-dominated industry, right? Mm-hmm. It's just, we just have to just know that, encourage each other, encourage the women, because sometimes I think we doubt ourselves, and we just need to have that. And that's why I love that we're in leadership, that we're able to support our agents and let them know what you're doing. You're doing great. You're doing awesome. As a mother, as a realtor, as, just everything, that you just need that cheerleader.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely super important.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So you did talk earlier about your mom and how much of an influence that she has on you and your career. How do you feel about translating that into your daughter or your future kids?
That's obviously super important, right? You want to be able to create those spaces for your daughters, for them to be anything and do anything in this world, right? But it is funny because she does see me working and she knows everything. She listens to all my conversations. She can recruit the best of them. She can help, just support anyone. She's so funny because she sees what I'm doing and she is excited about it, which is interesting to see.
And you're definitely for sure motivating her, because I was the opposite. When I saw my mom, I was like, it's so boring going to showings, going to open houses. Right. It's like I'm going to do something else. But I never thought I would end up in the real estate industry some way. And now that I am, I feel like it's definitely given me a greater appreciation for my mom and what she does.
Right.
Is there any advice that you would give to anybody entering the industry, specifically rural women?
Yes. Reach out to anyone that inspires you, right? This industry is a very public industry. So if there's someone that you feel like, wow, they're really amazing, approach them and ask them to mentor you or ask them for advice. That's the great thing about women, right? We all want to help each other. We're all very supportive, and just it's taking that initiative and just talking to someone that you want to be like.
Yes, that's super great advice.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And thank you all for joining us at home. We'll catch you on episode 3 of Representation Matters.